Alright, hello, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. Today we're going to be doing another How Tanky Can the Unit Get video. And this time around, we are going to be doing AGL Bardock. Now, I'm not gonna lie, right, I definitely, I was a bit down on this guy when his details came out. 100%. But it was that, since you only needed 5 members, that Gifted Warriors mission, which I am still clearing all the... these missions are taking me so goddamn long. It's taking me several hours per mission. I don't know. I must be, like, extremely unlucky. I don't know. Anyway, point being, I did use him in that Gifted Warriors mission. Now, he is only on a 170 on that setup I was using. And he's actually, like, totally the reason why I won. So I was like, oh shit, you know, he might actually be a lot better than I gave him credit for. And I am not afraid of admitting when I was wrong. He does look pretty damn good in action. It just, on paper, I didn't really see it, but I don't know. It just, his attack lowering comboed with the guard and the damage reduction really worked well for me there. So I figured I'd give him his own little... time to shine, I guess, here. He does greatly stacked defense on the 18 key, of course. And, I mean, his active, the 318%, I mean, we see what this 54% does from Gogeta. We see the 300% that Tech Vegito gets. Like, this sort of ability is really insane. So that being said, we obviously, I mean, it is kind of perfect for one of these type of things. So, I mean, that's what we're going to do here. Let's just get to, starting up. I do think this will be pretty good. I do think it's worth noting. Does he have a 200%? Who? I don't know if he has a 220% yet. Obviously, God Goku is a 200%, but I don't know if he... We're in a weird time now that every character is slowly going to be getting, and it is going to be slowly because it does look like we're moving back to like the 2 category meta. 2 leader skill category ish. Maybe like for like Golden Week or Dokkan SLRs or something, it'll be 3. But the TURs have been 2. Cell, Goku, Vegeta. So it might take a while for some of these characters to get 220. So I suppose I will specify like, hey, this is the 200% one, and eventually down the line, once we get better setups and. He gets one, we'll do one then, but there's so many characters I have to do first before I think about redoing any, so, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. With that being said, let's get started.
Alright, let's do this.
Now, obviously we do have a pretty strong team here, but, oh wow. Seeing starting below 600,000 HP, huh? That's definitely, that feels new. It's been a while. Well, I suppose like my Link level team, but, I don't really pay attention there.
Level of power existed.
He's in... god damn. Okay, now I do actually want to pair him next to this Goku. I don't have this Goku Link level, but we can use him in the show. Not only is Goku a 50% support to Goku's family, he also is an insane linking partner for Bardock. They share Shattering the Limit together. They share Prepared for Battle together. They also share the Saiyan Lineage together. That's 15% defense in the Link phase, which is pretty substantial. So we're definitely going to be running these guys together. Obviously I got like Tech Gogeta, Tech UI, right? AGL Gogeta. So we should be able to get him pretty high by the end here. I'm actually just going to cut away, very briefly, just until we get Bardock in the rotation. There's no point in just because we're going to show like 2 turns of him anyway. There's no point in just showing 2 turns without him, so we'll cut away. We'll be right back.
How disgraceful! I failed you again! Damn it! I only had
Okay, here we go. It is always unfortunate when they start in slot 7, but obviously not really too much I could do about that. Now that being said, Bardock here. Okay. I mean, we are starting 346,000. I honestly thought he was going to start a bit lower. He does get a lot of defense on Super. You know, the 100%. He is greatly stacking. It is only once per turn. So certainly by the end initially, you know, when you compare to like the 7th years or, you know, maybe like a Tech Gohan or something, right? Those type of characters are going to initially look better. But, I mean, this, once again, I mean, we see what Gogeta does. We see what Vegeto's active does. Like, 300% on Vegeta is insane. 318% on Bardock. Like, and then we're going to use the Gogeta one alongside it. Like, he is going to... I mean, he's literally going to be, like, 7th tier level. Like, there's not many characters. He might even probably honestly be above them. He probably will be above them. As crazy as it sounds. I would not be surprised. He's probably going to be, like, just right behind Tech Vegito. I don't know if he's going to be able to beat Vegito because he stacks so much, but certainly I do think Bardock will look pretty damn good. Now that being said, we're just going to, you know, get our first couple turns in here like we usually do with Bardock, just to see, you know, what, you know, the defense is increasing. I mean, that is the point of trying to show these couple turns. I do like to, just to get an idea across of what a turn of stacking looks like, right? I mean, once again, it's one greatly race, which certainly is not the best. Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to keep a God Goku on rotation with him. The only thing with this setup is I am pretty worried about the Dokkan attack. I do, no, I say that every now and again. I'm pretty good with it, you know, at this point, but I obviously have to run both God Gokus. You know, I have to run Tech UI, which, you know, actually Tech UI, it's actually pretty decent for this, to be fair. I could probably actually just keep, like, AGL Gohan next to Bardock, and then probably be pretty good. But I do like to keep at least one sort of weaker SA-level character, or hitting character, whatever, on each rotation. That way I know I don't have to be worried when the Dokkan attack comes up. Because let me tell you, there have been so many runs, countless runs, where I like overestimate how, well, I guess underestimate how much damage I'm gonna do, or like, you know, I didn't like pre-plan the rotation good enough, and then it's like there's literally nobody who wouldn't kill, and there have been so many times I've had to reset, not because of, you know, we die, oopsie daisies. No, literally just like, well, I mean, there's been a lot of those too, of course, but there's just been so many of, like, because the thing with this fight is, as good as it is for something like this, you know, with Zamasu practically being immortal. I mean, there have been times recently where I've killed him, but for the most part, which I do suppose that is a concern of mine, I'm gonna need them to roll out a new event like this, because I suppose technically they did with the worldwide. There's that one stage. I don't really use it though, because you need to. I suppose when character strength is a bit higher, it'd work more, because I do tend to use a lot of weaker characters. You know, like, you know, Strength Piccolo or something, and I'm not running Strength Piccolo in that stage with the. I forget what stage it is. It's like there's the Gohan, and then the Goku's like immortal. Is it like a? Is it supposed to be from like the BoJack movie or something? I don't really recall. You probably know what stage I'm talking about. It came out with the 2024 worldwide. That is technically a stage I can use, but it's definitely one that is harder to use, at least right now. But I do hope they release a new one at some point, because I'm definitely going to get to the point where I need a new one, because I mean, Zamasu, at least for the attack ones, we've gotten to the point several times where we do actually manage to kill him, and it's like that's, I feel like that's just going to become more and more consistent, obviously. So.
Mind your own business, get it. I've never faced someone this strong before. I'm excited.
Okay, so we're just gonna show here real quick. What are we at? 519,000. We were at 342,000 before. We were like roughly 342. So I mean, we got well, like a good 180. I think like a good 180,000. I mean, that's pretty decent, but it's just it's only one stack per turn. That's a thing. That's a bit concerning, but once again with his sort of phase 2 buff he has, right? Once we have the domain and everything active, I do think he's going to be. He's at least going to be top 3. I'm pretty confident. I honestly, I don't think he's going to beat Vegito, but I think he's going to be number 2. Because there's just no one else who has that sort of active skill, sort of phase buff like Vegito. And, ooh, well. I mean, he does have guard, though. Okay, I'll keep like this. There's no one like Bardock or Vegito who have that active skill. I mean, Gogeta's, 54% is obviously insane, but it's still not even in the same realm, right? I mean, Bardock's buff is, considering Gogeta's is 54%, that's, it's like just shy of being, because, 54 times 6, right? That's, what, 324%? So, it's literally just shy of being 6 times higher than what Gogeta's buff does. And you know what Gogeta's buff does, so it's like, he could look pretty damn good. But there we go. We can't really, it's not, sometimes it's like, okay, how many stacks do we get this time? And, we try to judge it like that. He literally only is doing 1 stack per turn, and we pretty much know he's getting it every time. So, at this point, we're just going to cut away, right? We're going to get the stack in. I'm really curious to see what he's going to be at exactly, but I'm pretty confident he's not going to beat Vegito, and I'm also pretty confident he'll be right above everyone else. But yeah, we'll cut away. We will be back, and we'll see just how tanky Bardock can get. Alright, so we are back. Now we're on turn 105 here. Now we did get him on turn 3. It did take me, a turn or so to get this fully set up. So, I mean, we're roughly like 100 turns worth of stacks. Now that being said, Bardock here is up to 10,152,009. Now, I do have the sort of out-of-game formula, right? That is 10,152,029. So, the discrepancy there is only about 20, right? I do like to make sure to say over and over and over again in these that it, as far as I can see, on my end, the formula is correct. It's just, I have to imagine, it's probably Dokkan, but one of the two, either the actual math formula or Dokkan, it's just the way it's doing, like, like the decimal places or something, rounding them up or down, whatever. So there's a small discrepancy, but it is the sort of correct math. I do like to say that, since obviously they really should implement it, but there is no way to, show the defense on super attack. So I do have to do it out of game to, sort of make this work, right? Now that being said, Bardock, we do have a pretty good setup here. I did point out earlier, shattering the limit, prepared for battle, stay in lineage, right? I mean, we have 15% defense there. We have this Goku, Super Dragon Ball Hero character. I did make sure, this last one around it, at the very least. I don't think I had Goku before. I already had Vegeta. To have both of them. I'm not... Probably... I mean, they didn't get really good easy A's, right? But, I mean, there's still 50% supports. So, for Goku family or Vegeta family, right? When we're doing one of these and the character's there and it works, they are pretty good supports. But that all being said, though, we don't have any items or anything up. Obviously, we do have, the text-UI domain up. But otherwise, nothing's up. So, that being said, let's just get started here. We do have quite a bit to go through, actives and such, so it might be several minutes here. I do like to do these defense ones, just like one solid turn. It just makes, more sense to me that way. I mean, because you can tell, right, what the character more or less is going to be at, just from a glance defensively. I mean, he only gets the 100% phase 2, and then, right, if we did a no item turn, right, and then he has one stack here, but it's not even, since we're at the point now where we it's just like more like a refresh than it is like an actual new stack, since we are over 99 turns since we first started using them. So I mean we'd get up to like 20 some odd mil, right above 20 mil if we didn't do anything else. It just I do like the attack ones. It's a bit more goes into those ones. I don't understand all the modifiers and such, but I do think for the defense ones it just makes sense to do this sort of one turn setup. Plus, tech UI, only 3 turns. That all being said, a long sort of intro whatever there. Let's get going. We're gonna grab this AGL orb. Immediately, I guess we swap this guy. Oh wait, actually, no, he doesn't give. No, he doesn't. I was gonna say, we get the 40% defense, but no. I always forget that the support is kind of weird. Vegito's is pretty good. I suppose his is pretty good too, but it's definitely, it feels weaker as successors or fusion. I don't know. Maybe just a me thing, but I do find it maybe if they did 3 categories each, but then I don't know. Vegito's would be kind of, I feel like Vegito's is pretty damn good. I feel like his barely hits anything. Okay, well, let's just go into Gogeta. Now, Gogeta himself doesn't give us anything new here. Just to show real quick. But, obviously, his active, that does things for us.
This is the greatest fusion of all! I'm gonna send you back to hell!
Okay, so we've used Gogeta's active. Now doing that, his is a 54%, so we do get a true, since we don't have anything in the active skill phase yet. 1.54, that's a true 54% increase, which puts us at 15,634,076. Out of game here, that's 15,634,124. So, I mean, the discrepancy is a bit higher at this point, but still more or less the same sort of thing. Now, I suppose... Now, this step is going to be really interesting, because we are going to get Bardock's active, of course, 318%, but we're also going to... The actives do proc these sort of when attacking buffs as well. So, just from doing this one action, he is going to jump up insanely high.
Going to change the cursed future!
Okay, so Bardock here, we did get 318%, which... what is that exactly? That would put us at... 4.72? 4.72 on here. For, obviously 372% total. Yeah. So, I mean, you do, the one place, right? Multiplication. That puts us at... Well, actually, no, hold on. We do have to do the face. Oh my god. That is so crazy! We haven't even used the items yet! Okay, so he's at 95 mil, 834,968. Out of game here, 95 mil, 835,154. What the fuck? Yeah, I knew he was gonna be one of the higher ones. What the hell? Okay, it's kind of funny I really misjudged this guy. I gotta say. I'll give him his flowers, you know, for carrying me in that Gifted Warriors mission. I mean, that's why I wanted to try this in the first place. And yeah, okay, he definitely he stacks. He definitely do stack. Now this gives us. Oh my God! Wait, I'm trying to think mathematically. Is he? No. Is he gonna be higher than Vegito? This is 23 orbs. They get 15% each, which is a 345% increase. Oh my God. So just from grabbing those, we do write that as 4.45. Holy shit. 426 mil, 465,824 in game, 426 mil, 466,437 out of game. And we aren't done. It's obviously not going to be that big of an increase here, but we do still have the Android 8, which is a 50% increase, which brings the grand total here to 395% increase from the item phase, which puts us at here. And we are at 474 mil, 383,328. Out of game, 474 mil, 384,014. And we're not even. I mean, he's not gonna get that much higher. But we're not even done yet. What the fuck? Here, I'm really curious. What are we gonna get to? Yo, Bardock's cooking. He's actually cooking. What the fuck? I'm actually wow. I think he might be higher than Vegeta right now. I'm gonna have to check that, obviously, but I was not expecting that. To be fair, I don't know when I did that Vegeta one if I had Gogeta. That definitely makes a big difference. Okay, so just from doing, you know, the 18 key, we do go up to 26 here instead of 25. 483 mil, hold on, 26.3 for getting the additional. Wait, actually, no, he greatly raises for the turn, doesn't he? That's right. It's not a normal raise; it's a greatly raise, right? I'm gonna have to check that real quick. But I believe he's actually at 492 mil, 987,309 total here. Literally, like, just shy of 500 million. What the fuck? 500 million defense. 500 million defense. Yeah, let me see some boss try to counter this, alright? What the fuck? Yo, he actually. Wow, what? I did not anticipate this. Well, I mean, I anticipated he'd be higher, or high, but I did not think he'd beat Vegito. He beats Vegeta? And he didn't even get the additional super? Yeah, he greatly raises for one turn, yeah. So no, I mean, yeah, 492 mil. What the fuck? I have to check, real quick, out of game here. Or I guess, technically on my own. I mean, you could see for yourself. I'm pretty sure this is actually higher than I got with Vegito. Where are we at, Vegito? Oh my god! He actually beats Vegito! Now, once again, I think, to be fair, I'm pretty sure I do need to redo this. Because I don't think I've done this since Gogeta release, so, but I'll get to that fucking whenever. Down the line. I got Vegito to 473 mil, Like 188,000, 111 it looks like. Bardock is beating him out by 20 mil. The fuck? That is actually so crazy. I did not think Bardock was gonna. I knew he was gonna be up there, but beating Vegito. I mean, I said earlier I didn't think it was gonna happen. Wow. Okay, well, I guess Bardock kind of cooked here, huh? You know, I probably. Wow. Okay, Vegito might. I didn't have Tech UI either. I don't think. What is his true potential? Ooh, that's interesting. I definitely got to redo him at some point, but right now, definitely not right this second. But that being said, though, I mean, there we go. Bardock, he actually very much impressed me. I was not. I mean, I knew he'd be high, but beating Vegito, I mean, it's temporary. I probably. Well, I mean, Vegito also does have a 5. Total, 220, right? So Bardock doesn't have that. Interesting. Okay, well, Bardock, he, goddamn, Bardock, he kind of cooked here. I really did not expect him to do that. Okay. What the hell? Yeah, I think I might have been a little too harsh on this guy before. He's actually really growing on me. But yeah, there we go. I suppose, we could just end this here. I did not... I'm actually so, like, stun-locked, because, like, when you get something like the 7 tiers, it's like, oh yeah, they're fucking... You expect them to be so goddamn high, but I did... Like, beating Vegito. To be fair, once again, I do think it's more of, like, what's the term I'm looking for here? I don't know if it's actually like he doesn't like actually beat Vegito when it comes to full potential, but in that one I wasn't able to do it at the time because I did it like right as Vegito came out. Okay, that'll be interesting though to see that eventually. But there we go. We can end this here. Bardock, I guess, is technically currently our highest, although I do believe Vegito under like the same sort of circumstances would beat him. But holy shit. Wow, that's... I did not expect him to get that high. I don't know. Alright, but we'll end this here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.